Ain't nothing better than watching you smile. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ain't nothing better than watching you laugh out loud, my baby. Ain't nothing better than watching you be you. Ain't nothing better than right now.
Hi guys, this is Alicia and I'm here to talk to you about fearing the change. And I'm talking about more specifically when you have a child that has a specific condition like mine do. I have a couple of kids, I have three, and two of them are on the autistic spectrum. And also, if you don't know what that is, you can check out my other videos. But they also have ADHD and OCD and a couple of other issues. But some of the fears that I face, and I'm doing this video because somebody asked me that question, you know, since my kid is going to be moving on from elementary to middle school, they asked me how I felt about that. And I have a child already that's already started middle school, but that child was more high functioning, if you will. So this one that I'm going to be transitioning over now is was a little bit on the was less high functioning, I guess you could say. But thank God now they have evened out, and now they're both functioning, I would say, at 99.9% level. However, having said that, I'm still kind of like a worrywart, so I do tend to get a little anxious about new situations myself. So I fear some of the changes, and some of the changes that I feel and fear. Um, it's not just the normal stuff that you have with a what you would call a typical kid, a neurotypical, which is what you would call a normal kid, which I don't like the word normal, but that's the best way I can, let you guys know what I'm trying to say. But, not only do you have to worry about those normal things, if you will, like, I don't know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, whatever, but, normal stuff that regular parents have to think about. That your child's becoming an adolescent now and they're growing up and they're not your little baby anymore. That's just the normal stuff that everybody has to go through. But and also with like bullying, bullying has increased over the years, and we have bigger bullies out there, and we have cyberbullying and text bullying and all this bullying that's coming out of nowhere. But not only do we have to worry about that, but my fears that I fear the most are things that have to do with the condition that my children have. So things like, will they be able to cope with the changes? Will he be able to cope with any bullies? Because he's been at the elementary school and he was in fifth grade, so he was the oldest one in the grade level. So now he's going to be the youngest one in middle school. So he'll be a sixth grader and he'll have to deal with seventh and eighth graders, and so that makes it much more difficult. Maybe there's bigger bullies there, physically as well, bigger. Excuse me. But there's also increased workload. They have to do more work now, more teachers, different attitudes, different personalities. Um, I noticed that in schools, sometimes the teachers have to become a little bit more stern with the kids, or I guess mean, if you will. But so I'm having a hard time dealing with some of these fears that as to how my child is going to cope with that, and will the behaviors increase again, which they have pretty much absolutely disappeared. My child had aggressive behaviors in the past, but thank God it's been over a year and a half, that almost 2 years, that hasn't been a problem at all. So, but you still have at the back of your mind, if with all these increased demands, with more work and attitudes, personalities, bullying, and just the regular adolescent stuff? Will it become a situation where maybe his behaviors may increase, or but not only that, we have other issues to deal with the part of ADHD, which happens to be with, and if you don't know what ADHD is, you can look at my other video that I have on that. But basically, it stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, and so they have trouble paying attention. So what I worry about as far as middle school is, will they be able to stay organized, and will they be able to turn in their homework on time? Um, I don't know if they'll have a sign-in sheet like they do at this school, so that's my fear, that now you have different types of homeworks from different classes, and will you be able to do it, or will you be able to turn it in, or are they just going to shove it in their desk and leave it there like one of my kids did, the one that goes to middle school now, that has been in middle school a few years. So, that's some of the worries I have. If it takes my child 20 minutes, I'm sorry, it takes him, if he's given an assignment for 20 minutes and it lasts 2 hours, I'm kind of a bit anxious as to what's going to happen with the increased demands of the workload, which is going to increase a lot. Also, there's new kids he's going to have to deal with, social skills wise. He's used to having the same friends for the past 3 years in this elementary, so it's a big change now, because it's a big change physically, because the school is way bigger than elementary. But and he was amazed when I took him to do a little dry run, and you could see my other video on that dry run part if you'd like to see that, what that was like. But not only did it look big, but it's going to be a lot more kids, a lot more people in the office. The secretaries are for the most part really nice and everything, but they have more kids, bigger kids, older kids, so sometimes they do have to get a little feisty with the kids, and I'm kind of fearing how that's gonna work with my child. Is he gonna be able to cope with that well? And another big fear of mine, I guess, is because a lot of the ADHD kids are also prone to anxiety and prone to depression. So in the past, my child has had a couple of issues with in those departments, and so which they have completely overcome. But you still have at the back of your mind, is what I'm trying to say. You have at the back of your mind that, is this going to is there going to be any regression, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is there going to be, are they going to take 2 steps backwards, or 1 step backwards, or whatever it is, but yes, so those are some of my fears. But I am a very I try to stay positive, so I do try to be a positive person, and my child has been doing wonderful for the past couple of years. So I'm all for it. I'm psyched up that it's going to turn out well, and I strongly believe that if you think something in your mind, that your mind is so powerful that you're going to make that happen. So I'm going to think happy thoughts, and that's exactly what I'm going to expect, and I'm going to teach my child and tell him that what my expectations are, but also from what the school's expectations are. So so they know what to expect. And I believe if you set up your kids for success, then that's what they'll do, and if you expect success, then that's what you'll get from them. So yeah, I know I might sound a little shaky and a little anxious myself, but it's not something that I really think about all the time. It's just that somebody asked me those questions, so I'm just trying to respond to that. What you do have a little bit at the back of your mind, but as I said, for the most part, I feel very positive, very confident that my child is going to do excellent. Everybody in the school, all their service providers that he has, all the teachers, counselors, everybody has good positive feelings and feedback for me as to how my child's going to do. So I really don't have many fears. I have many fears, but they're not that great fears, is what I'm trying to say. So Yeah, there's fears there. You know, it's normal to have those little jitters, I guess, a little anxiety because it is, after all, it's a new change. It's a different change altogether. And I think as a normal parent of a normal child, you may also be a little anxious about, you know, new changes in the environment and the routines. So even more so with someone that has a child with different conditions. So yeah, so for the most part, I'm positive and I'm pretty sure that everything's going to work out. But anyhow, I hope this helps you. Thank you so much for requesting the video. I really appreciate that. And if you have any further questions, you're more than welcome to contact me, email me like you did this time, or for anyone else that would have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. This is Lady Phoenix, and I'll catch you in my next video. Thank you.